11 Best Comedies to Stream on Prime Video, July 2026. Tropic Thunder and More. Everyone needs to chill out and laugh a little, and Prime Video is here to help. The streamer is adding a plethora of classic and modern comedies that will tickle your funny bone in July and the rest of the year. At the top of Watch With You's list is Tropic Thunder, Ben Stiller's action-packed takedown of massive Hollywood egos. We also recommend Couples Retreat, a relationship comedy starring Vince Vaughn, Jason Bateman, Sex and the City's Kristin Davis, and more.
Fruit flies taking over your kitchen? This discreet plug-in trap uses light to attract flying insects, then captures them on a replaceable adhesive cartridge, without noisy zapping or messy sprays. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/one right now.
Finally, it's always a good time to watch A Fish Called Wanda, the 1988 masterpiece featuring Jamie Lee Curtis and a never-better Kevin Kline. Just ask director Damien Cockburn, Steve Coogan, whose latest movie, the Vietnam War set Tropic Thunder, is about to be canceled. To save the film and his career, Damien tricks his actors into entering a dangerous jungle that's rigged with hidden cameras and pyrotechnics, so he can depict a more authentic experience of just how brutal Vietnam was back then. But Damien's gambit backfires, and his cast of pampered Hollywood stars has to fend for their lives against a drug-smuggling gang who will kill them without hesitation. Directed, co-written, and starring Ben Stiller, Tropic Thunder is an outrageous satire of Hollywood blockbusters, while simultaneously being the very thing it's lampooning. The movie zeroes in on some obvious targets, but its jokes are funny enough to make you forget you've seen this inside Hollywood satire before. Among the many stars in the supporting cast are Robert Downey Jr. as a method actor willing to do anything for a part, and Tom Cruise as the appropriately named studio exec, Les Grossman. Jason and Cynthia, Jason Bateman and Kristen Bell, know their marriage isn't working. They even developed a whole PowerPoint presentation arguing why they should get divorced. Still, they give it one last shot by traveling with 3 other troubled couples to Eden, a relationship therapy resort run by Marvel Jean Reno. Eden isn't all that it's cracked up to be, with strict rules about when and where they can go, which causes some friction among the couples. They all came to Eden for a little relaxation and maybe save their failing relationships, but they may leave more tired and broken than they were before. Couples Retreat is a broad comedy that gets easy laughs about the many pitfalls of being in a longer-term relationship. Bateman and Bell are masters at delivering sarcastic wisecracks, while Vince Vaughn and Malin Ackerman are effective as a picture-perfect married couple who secretly resent each other. Everyone loves Wanda Dershowitz, Jamie Lee Curtis, a female con artist who betrays her bank robber boyfriend, George's Tom Georgeson, to steal the money he stole from a bank. She can't find it, so she seduces his barrister, Archie, John Cleese, to find out where he's hidden it. But a funny thing happens. Wanda actually starts to care for him, much to the chagrin of co-conspirator and lover Otto, Kevin Kline. A Fish Called Wanda is one of the funniest comedies ever made. It needs no qualifications or justification. It's simply a clever, laugh-a-minute comedy that's also a pretty good heist film to boot. Kline deservedly won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar, and it's an impressively physical comedy performance that still holds up today. If the name Jeffrey Manchester means nothing to you, it's probably because his modern-day gentleman thief routine played out over 25 years ago. Roofman is a crime comedy that casts Channing Tatum as Manchester, an Army veteran who perfected a way of breaking into McDonald's restaurants and robbing the staff at dawn, but politely. While living in a Toys R Us to avoid the police, Manchester meets and falls for Lee Wainscott, Kirsten Dunst, a single mother and a store employee. In Wainscott and Her Children, Manchester sees a chance to have the family life that he left behind. But he has a knack for making bad decisions, and he can only hide from the consequences for so long. It's probably best not to think about how 73-year-old Liam Neeson could play the son of Leslie Nielsen and Priscilla Presley's characters when they didn't meet until 1988. So you'll just have to go with The Naked Gun when it portrays Neeson as Frank Drebin Jr., in a sequel rather than a full remake of the original film. Like his father, Drebin is the rare combination of idiocy and competency that usually allows him to get the job done. In the aftermath of a software engineer's suspicious death, Frank gets close to the man's sister, Bate Davenport, Pamela Anderson. From there, Frank literally stumbles into a conspiracy surrounding the dead man that has wider implications if he can't stop it. Most of the humor in Novocaine comes from the insane things that Nathan Kane, Jack Quaid, puts his body through in the name of love. Nathan may not be able to feel pain, but the things he experiences are enough for the audience to feel it vicariously. Nathan just can't help himself because the woman he loves, Sherry Margrave Amber Midthunder, has been kidnapped by a bank robber. Although Nathan only has a vague idea of how to fight, he won't let that stop him from trying to track down the man who took Sherry. Nathan's unique gift might be the only thing that gets him out of this alive. The pickup boasts a comedy dream team of Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson as Russell Pierce and Travis Stoley, a pair of mismatched armored car drivers. On their first day out together, the veteran and the rookie are attacked by a criminal mastermind named Zoe Keek Palmer, as well as her associates, Banner Jack Kessie and Miguel Ismael Cruz Cordova. Zoe has been planning this robbery for a long time, and she has an even deeper agenda than either Banner or Miguel realizes. That may force Russell and Travis to reevaluate how far they're willing to go to protect their truck, and whether they can believe Zoe when she explains her endgame. The Little Hours may be set in the 14th century, but it's more concerned with laughs than historical accuracy. It's very loosely based upon the Decameron and features Aubrey Plaza, Alison Brie, and Kate Micucci as a trio of nuns whose carnal desires can't be contained by the church. To escape his brutal master, a young man named Macedo, Dave Franco, begins working for the convent while pretending to be deaf and mute. His presence gives the nuns someone to lust over when they aren't giving in to temptation with each other. 5 decades ago, the Monty Python comedy group unleashed one of the all-time great comedy movies, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, Eric Idle, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin all play multiple roles in this hilarious take on Arthurian lore. Not even King Arthur Chapman is immune to ridicule in this retelling. Arthur and his men are on a quest to find the Holy Grail, and they do some very silly things along the way. Arthur's duel with the Black Knight, Cleese, is particularly quotable even after 50 years. This is a comedic masterpiece that few films have ever matched. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is streaming on Prime Video. Monty Python strikes again with Life of Brian, a spoof of biblical proportions that centers on Brian Cohen, Graham Chapman, a man who had the misfortune of being born on the same day as Jesus Kenneth Colley. At birth, Brian is mistaken for the Messiah, and it's a recurring theme throughout his life. Brian's infatuation with Judith Iscariot, Sue Jones Davies, leads him into the revolutionary factions who want to break Judea free from Roman rule. From there, Brian's story becomes increasingly absurd, including his face-to-face meeting with Rome's governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate, Michael Palin. This movie is hysterically funny for reasons you'll just have to see for yourself.